Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot forecast for Tuesday, November the 13th. We are going to go ahead and start with Aries right off the bat. Aries, what you have coming up for Tuesday is the Hermit card. And the Hermit card just tells me that you are going to be spending some time alone and doing some deep thinking about yourself and about what makes you happy and sad and trigger and tick. The things that you actually want and that you need, coming to a deeper understanding of yourself, spending some alone time, Aries, on Tuesday. Next up, we're going to take a peek at Taurus for Tuesday, November the 13th. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk to you about. Thank you for that thumbs up, whoever did that. I appreciate it. Okay, Taurus. All right, Taurus, Two of Pentacles in reverse. This just means that things are not in balance right now for you on Tuesday. This can be where things are actually falling through the cracks. Maybe you have so much on your schedule that there's just no way you can accomplish it all. If that's the case, this would be a good day to delegate responsibilities to those who are competent to handle them. It could also be more of a financial thing too for some of you Taurus, is that this is really struggling to be able to cover the budget the way that you would like to. So one way or another, this energy just shows things falling through the cracks. So you want to kind of be aware if you're expecting a heavy time and energy load to be figuring out, who can cover for some of your responsibilities. If this is more of a financial thing, start trying to figure out, okay, what's a backup plan here, that type of thing. All right, so that's for Taurus on Tuesday. Well, happy birthday tomorrow, Freeze. Glad to hear it. Mine's still a little ways off, but not too long. I haven't decided if I'm going to take a little vacation for it or not yet. Do you have any special plans? Gemini, you're up next for Tuesday, November the 13th. Reina Sara, hello, hello. Carrie Gallagher, hey, hey. Oh, thank you. Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there who watches this video who has served. I'm ex-Air Force myself. I know you are a Marine, guys. I think I'm a wuss. I am. All right, Gemini for November the 13th. La da da da. Geminis, what you guys have coming up is the Page of Stones or the links. Now, for me, when I see the links, this talks to me much more often about some type of way of being rather than actually what a court card would talk to me about. And so when I see the links, Gemini, this just tells me that you are refinding your balance in a situation where maybe your balance was shook. You are refinding that balance again. Cats are really great about balance, and that's one of the things. If you have any kind of cat as a totem animal, they are teaching you, among other things, balance. They also teach you like how to bide your time and wait for the perfect time to ask for a raise or a promotion or anything else. So this just talks about you really refinding your balance in a situation where your balance was probably shook a little bit recently, Gemini. You're going to Orlando. What a great way to celebrate. Where do you actually live? Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Okay, so Cancer. Let's look at you guys for Tuesday, November the 13th. Oh, well, in Orlando will be much warmer. Happily enjoyable. Good for you. Cancer. Tuesday the 13th. Your card just flew out, Cancers. Okay, and it flew out at an angle, so we're going to look at it at the angle it came out in. What you got is you got the Three of Pentacles. It's almost horizontal, but not. It's tipping a little bit more to the reverse side than to the right side upside. So Cancers, basically what this means is there is somebody that you're collaborating with on Tuesday. And I think what's going to happen here is that you're going to end up leaning on them to carry more of the responsibility than you do. And I feel like this is probably more of an unexpected situation. I don't think that you realize this, and I don't think that that's your intention, but I think at the last minute something's going to happen, and this person is going to end up carrying, I won't say all of the load, but more of the load than what either of you expected. Okay, so that's for Cancers. It's an interesting card. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I do appreciate that. La da 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 da. All right, next up, we're going to shuffle for Leo for Tuesday, November the 13th. While I'm shuffling for Leo, let me just remind everybody that if you would like to schedule a live reading with me, I do offer live readings in increments of 30, 45, or 60 minutes. Those are on my website. If you would like to schedule a recorded reading, I can do a recorded reading for you where we just answer 1 or 2 questions if that's all you really have and you really want answers to. That also is on my website. Or if you would like to schedule a Reiki session with me, also on my website. My website is www.amista.info. I-N-F-O. If you forget it, it is in the description box below. Once you've been to my website, all my contact information is there. Just get a hold of me and we'll get you scheduled quickly. I don't believe in making people wait. I figure if you're reaching out to me for something, you probably want it like this moment if possible. I don't always accommodate this moment, but I usually do try to accommodate as quickly as I can, usually within a couple of hours, definitely within a day or 2. That sounds like so much fun, Freeze. Hello there, Asand. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. It does feel pretty loaded, actually. All right. If this was more than just a every sign reading, we would look into that with more detail. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, so Leos. What you guys have coming up is the Three of Coins. That's so interesting. Cancer's just got the Three of Coins too, but they got it at an odd angle. You have it right side up. This just means that on Tuesday you are going to be collaborating with somebody, working together with somebody to accomplish something. I've had this come up for people that are going to band practice. I also have this come up for people who are in sales and who are coordinating with different departments or whatever to get all the answers for the client together. Lots of different ways that this collaboration can happen. This can be for those of you who are working with a little one on a project for school. So some type of collaboration that you're doing on Tuesday, Leos. Marsha, glad to see you in the room, my dear. Next up, we're looking at Virgos. Remind me what sign you are again, Miss Marsha? Virgos for Tuesday, November the 13th. La da da da. La da da da. You're a Leo. Oh, well, we just did yours then. La da da da. La da da da. La da da da. Virgo. Okay, so Virgos, what you have showing up here is the Magician in reverse. What's the best way to say this? Things are not always the way that they seem, Virgos, and you want to definitely make sure that you read any fine print on any kind of contracts that you sign tomorrow. In fact, I probably wouldn't make any kind of commitment, verbal, written, or otherwise tomorrow, just because you have this Magician showing up in reverse. To me, this is talking about some kind of trickster coming in This can be anything from the little boy who lives on the corner with the package of bubble gum that'll shock you if you try to take a piece out of it, all the way up to the con man who tries to steal all the money out of Granny's 401k. So just be careful in who you're dealing with, and be careful in what kind of commitments that you make on Tuesday, Virgos. That's what I would say. Make sure that you have done your due diligence before you agree to anything. La, da, 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 da. Libra. Libra, you're up next for Tuesday, November the 13th. Also, I want to go back to Virgos. If you guys are not feeling good about some kind of transaction or agreement, follow that gut instinct. All right, so what do we have here, Libras? Let's find out. You're quite welcome, Miss Carrie. Okay, so Libras, what you have here is the 10 of arrows showing up. If you guys just heard knocking on the desk like that, that was me. I know somebody out there, I just heard you guys thinking it, so I don't know if you're watching it live and thinking it, or if you're watching later and thinking it. That's not a ghost knocking. That's me. Sometimes I do that just as a way to, when I'm thinking things through, that helps me nail down the idea. So no hauntings here. That's just me making noise. Anyway, let's get on with your card, Libras. What you have here is the 10 of arrows, and in this deck, this talks about instruction. Way different than the 10 of swords in any other deck. This just basically says that you are learning something new. You could be at orientation for work, or you could be talking to somebody who's fascinating, who just knows stuff about things you don't know about, and so you're picking up new information in that way. But you are learning something new, and this information is going to be helpful to you, is basically what this card is saying. So that's for Libras. All right, so next up is Scorpio. Scorpio for Tuesday, November 13th. Happy birthday, Scorpios. Fellow Scorpios, I should say. Those of you who would like to get a birthday discount on a reading, I do offer live readings for you if it is your sun sign, which it is right now for those Scorpios. Just contact me. You get a 25% discount on live readings. My way of saying happy, happy birthday to you. Oh, you got a check that was due yesterday? I mean, it was predicted today. I can't get my time right. It was predicted yesterday for today. That is way cool. Thank you for the feedback, Rena. Payday. That's that 7 of Pentacles card coming in. All right, so Scorpios, let's see what your card is. La da da da. What do we have? Oh, I kind of like this card. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I used to see this card as something being unbalanced, but actually what I've come to see it as lately, and what it's just kind of transformed into meaning more and more whenever I read for people, is that this has to do with paying something back or paying something off. So tomorrow, Scorpios, we may be paying off an old debt, or we may be paying somebody back who loaned us a couple of eggs or a cup of sugar or whatever. Also, though, I've seen this come up for people who are making paybacks for not being treated well. So for some of us Scorpios, this could be our stinger coming out. We could be paying somebody back for not treating us as well as we think they should have. I don't think that's going to be for most of my viewers. Most of my viewers are a little bit more enlightened and awakened than to engage in that type of stuff unless there's really extreme circumstances happening. So for most of us, I think we're just paying off some kind of debt, whether it's to a person or a company. Okay, so that's for Scorpios. La da 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 da. I like the idea of paying something off. Sagittarius, you're up next. Hello there, Sugar Q. Glad to see you here, my dear. Sagittarius for Tuesday, November 13th. La da da, la da da, la da da. Shakoya Wilkins, hello, hello. Jupiter is in Sagittarius now. Just transferred from Scorpio. I'm not sure what day it transferred. Not that long ago, though. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. Okay, so Sagittarius, you guys have these Six of Cups showing up in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse is generally somebody coming back from your past, and this or some memory that you're having of your past, and it's not a pleasant one. It's one that whenever you think of this memory, you just kind of go, I'm glad I'm not in that space anymore. So if this is a person coming back, they can be bringing back those types of memories. This is not somebody that you're exactly going to welcome with open arms. You'll probably be polite to them, but I think you'll be happy when your initial conversation is over, Sagittarians. Excuse me. Up next, we have Capricorn for Tuesday, November the 13th. Capricorn. La da dee da da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da. Okay. I haven't seen this card come up for a long time, actually. Capricorns. This is actually kind of a funny card in a way. It can be a funny card. Depends how seriously you want to take this, I guess. So Capricorns, what you have here is you have the Seven of Swords. And when you have the Seven of Swords, this is one of my favorite depictions of the Seven of Swords because it's very clear what's going on here. Okay. So you have somebody who is basically trying to sneak away with the sword at the bottom of this card. Now, this can be somebody that's just trying to steal something from you in general. I see you pictured, Capricorns, as the swan at the top of the rock here. This can also be somebody who's trying to steal intellectual property because we are talking about swords. It does have to do with thoughts and communication for the most part. But definitely somebody is trying to pull the wool over your eyes on something, Capricorn. Now, what I love about this card is it's depicted so accurately because if you're the swan, which you are, you're up here, you're elevated, okay, enlightened, more so than this person who's trying to steal from you, absolutely. And if you check out the swan, I'm not sure if you can see this on the video, you can see she's kind of looking over her shoulder a little bit. She sees what the dude's doing. She knows he's trying to get away with something there. She's totally, completely aware of it. So this Capricorn tells me that whoever this is that's trying to steal whatever, whether it's intellectual property or something more tangible, doesn't really matter. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and you know exactly what's going on. You're like, excuse me, I can see through this wool. What do you think you're getting away with here? Okay, but I don't think you're saying anything. Usually this card is a card that talks about being quiet as somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. So what you're doing is you're just waiting to see, how far is this person willing to go and think that they're getting away with something? How much do they think they can get away with you? And for some of you, this isn't just with you. This may be like with a company that you're with, but they're trying to get away with something and they know that they have to fool you to do it. Personally, they may have to fool other people as well. So you may be being quiet, just trying to see, okay, well, what else is this person going to do? What else do they think they can get away with? And for some of you, this may be that you're waiting for this person to just do something so entirely stupid that evidence points straight at them. You don't even have to try to make a case against them, and then you can get them removed from the company easily. For others of you, you're just waiting to see how much they're going to pull because you just want to know, okay, how far are you willing to take this? How far are you willing to betray me? You're just waiting to see how far this person's willing to go before you pull the plug on it. So you totally know someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, Capricorn. You totally know exactly what's up. You're letting them do it, waiting to see if that's going to be the end of it or if there's going to be something else. Okay? So that's for Capricorns. Willie Dog's mama, hey, hey, glad you made it, my dear. Rising star, hello, hello. Well, you're in time. Pisces is only 2 signs away. It's one of my favorite cards in that it's really interesting. The whole situation is an interesting situation. And I think it's interesting because the situation is always intriguing. I mean, I have gotten this card for myself before where somebody's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. Keep in mind, I'm a professional psychic. Like, who would be stupid enough to do that? You would be surprised how many people. And so I usually don't say anything. I usually just see how much rope they need to hang themselves. Hello there, Sunshine Taylor. Exactly right, Willie Dog's mama. Most of them have been, too. Okay, so up next we have Aquarius. And of course, you came in right on time, Willie Dog's mama, as usual. Okay, so Aquarius, what do we have coming up for you guys? Yep. Aquarius for Tuesday, November the 13th. La da da da, da 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 da, da da da. Okay, so Aquarius. What you guys have is the 4 of Stones. This is protection. This is what the card is labeled, protection. I see it as shelter. This really is a card that talks about being in a sheltered position. You might be a little bit vulnerable. I mean, this looks like a baby deer to me here. So you might be a little bit vulnerable, but even with your vulnerabilities, you're in a sheltered position. Somebody is looking out for you. Maybe it's the angels, maybe it's God above, maybe it's a friend. So even though you are actually vulnerable, you're still being taken care of. You're still being sheltered so that you're given the time to grow to where you're not so vulnerable. So you find yourself in a sheltered position, Aquarius, on Tuesday. That's cool, Carrie. I'm glad it helps you. You're quite welcome. Let's move on now to Pisces for Tuesday, November the 13th. Boy, we're going a long time. That's what happens when you explain cards, right? All right. Pisces, Tuesday, November the 13th. What's coming up for you guys? Just keep swimming. Wouldn't be much good if I didn't explain the card, would it? Hello there, Sarah. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles, that's what's showing up for Pisces. Now, when this card comes in right side up, this can be that somebody is paying you back for something. Something is being evened up here. Something is being brought into balance. This can be about, some kind of financial balance where somebody's paying you back a loan that you gave them a while back ago. This can also be about balance being brought to a relationship. I'm hearing the word restored to a relationship. So there's some kind of balance coming back into your life, Pisces. It almost looks like this guy's sitting in the sky, doesn't it? That's actually supposed to be like a snowy edge of a mountain, I think. And it may be that you were really on the edge of wondering, you know, okay, am I going to have this thing returned to me? What am I going to do if it's not returned to me? And it's, to me, the way this is coming in, because I'm noticing that edge of the mountain today, I think what's going on is that whatever this is that is balanced out or returned to you is something that it's a relief. It's an absolutely relief, because you might have been at the breaking point where you just really needed whatever that was. Okay, and so that's for Pisces. You're quite welcome, Carrie. Hello there, Helene. Aw, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day as well, my dear. You've been waiting for a while? Then it'll be really nice when it shows up, huh? I've got Pisces in my moon, actually, and I'm waiting on a check in the mail. Okay, so that covers everybody. Thank you so much, all of you, for stopping by, for hanging out, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. But wait, don't leave. We're going to do something new today. For those of you who would like to do something a little more interactive and fun, what we're going to do is I'm going to use oracle cards, which normally I don't. Whenever I do my readings, I use tarot cards, but I'm going to use a deck of oracle cards. These are called Whispers of the Lord Ganesha. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one oracle card and hold it up to the camera, and we're going to walk through how to interpret that. So you're going to end up interpreting this oracle card for yourself. I'm going to hold your guys' hand as you do it, but we're just going to have some fun with it. Okay? So this is what we're going to do today. So each of you is going to interpret your own card. This is going to be a card for today for you. And if it's right before you go to bed, wherever you will live right now, this will be a card for tomorrow for you. Okay, so let's see what comes up. What should we do? And you guys won't all have the same meaning on this card. Don't expect that your card will mean the same as the same card means for somebody else. The meanings will be different for different people in the room. Okay, so let's have some fun, shall we? All right, so before I hold up the card, let me coach you guys a little bit. The first thing that I want you to do whenever you see this card is I want you to pay attention to what's going on in your mind. What is the first thing that jumps into your brain when you look at that card? Is it a color that you see? Is it a body part or something? Is it an object in the card? What is it that jumps in? There are words on these cards. Is it a word that jumps into your brain? What's that first thing that pops at you? Okay, so that's the first thing that you're going to look at. What's the first thing that pops at you? You guys ready? Let's do this. Okay, so start telling me. I want you all typing in. What's the first thing that popped at you from this card? Everybody start typing. We got 22 people in here. I expect to see the chat go crazy. The trunk, okay. The color. Which color, Helene? Red for Willie. Where are you seeing love? Back up, Rena. What is jumping at you that you can see in this card? The curl on the trunk for us sand. Elephant tusk. Same thing, Shakoya. Back up. Where are you seeing love on this card? What pops out at you from this card? What object, what color, what words, what number, what pops out at you from this card? Trunk. I don't know what REF is. Red. The color red. Okay. It's good enough, but it's not you learning how to read a card. Gold on the tusk. Okay. Wrinkles in red. The trunk. Your cheeks are heating up. Okay. So now we're going to do the next step of the interpretation, guys. So now that you know what it is that jumps out at you from this card, The next thing that you want to think about is, what does that particular thing symbolize to you? For those of you that saw colors, what does red symbolize to you? What does gold symbolize to you? For those of you that saw the trunk or the curl in the trunk, what does the curl in the trunk symbolize to you? Or what does the trunk symbolize to you? It's interesting. There's a lot of green in this card. Nobody had the green jump out to them. Nobody had the gold in the hand looking thing jump out to them. So it's really important to pay attention too to what's not coming at you. Because what's not coming at you can be a hint too. It can actually accentuate your interpretation. Extended to your capacity. That could be good with the trunk. Gray and red, massive elephant. Gotcha. Curling represents nurturing. That's a nice thing. Oh. Reminded you of a snail moving slowly and carefully. Also, snail shells are shaped like the infinity of the universe shape. Like wrapping around someone. Oh, so kind of like a hug. Trunk, strength, and good luck. I can see that. Heaviness. Yeah, elephants are very heavy. I would imagine even the trunk is heavy. Red makes you happy. That's cool. Strength. Okay. Being firmly grounded. Yeah. 4 feet. Elephants are definitely firmly grounded. Okay. So now this is the final step in the translation. Red equals love. Gray is the overtaking color. Gotcha. Gotcha, Carrie. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of tattoo, or what do they call that on cattle? Can't remember. The curl. The colors didn't jump out to you. Okay, cool, cool. Okay, so now that we know what the things that jump out at you symbolize, now you can figure out what is the message for you. So somebody saw strength here. Is that message that you need to have strength right now? Or is that message that you're strong right now? What is the message for you in your life? That's cool, Rena. Way good. Protect yourself, maybe. Elephants can do that. Oh, and look, here's the word, capacity to love. People were saying love, and I was getting on to them. You guys, you were totally right. There's the word right there. That was my bad for getting on to you about it. My apologies, really. Gotcha, rising star. So this is kind of advice and encouragement as you're going through that. Very cool, Rena. Oh, that's deep, Helene. Oh, that's a good one. Live, love, and laugh. That's a nice interpretation. Very inspiring. A lot to carry. Yeah. Well, if that's your message that you're getting, you may want to evaluate what are you carrying and why. Carrie, I like that. Hey there, Veronica. Take your time. That's a valid interpretation. You guys are all coming up with some really great valid interpretations. So thank you for taking your time with me and interacting. I really do appreciate that. This is always fun when we get to do something like this. And so thank you guys also for all the thumbs ups on this video. I appreciate that. And also all the shares, because the more people I get to be in front of, the more people I get to help. And I love to help. That's the whole reason I started doing this to begin with. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support and getting me out there and getting me in front of as many people as possible. I appreciate that so much. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful day, and I'll see you on the next video.